Good morning, all. My name is Kabiru Mohammed Aliu. Firstly, we would like to apologize for the delay in starting the webinar. We would be commencing the webinar now. Thank you for joining and thank you for your time. I'll be introducing the webinar topic today, which is enabling female businesses to strive in the digital economy with Google. Very important topic that we're discussing today, and I'll be making some few introductions. The Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria, together with the Women in Leadership Network, and also together with the China Alumni Association of Nigeria, present to you this webinar in partnership with the Learning Space. So it's very important that we continue to have this engagement. The last engagement that we had, or the last conference that we had, was centered around what was happening with regards to COVID-19 and how the Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria is supporting from a palliative perspective and ensuring that small female businesses can strive, right, and can sustain themselves in these very difficult times. And this is a follow-up or it's a build-up to that discussion. And we are bringing you this topic today to talk about how to empower your businesses with Google, and also to continue to bring together the objective of the Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria, the Women in Leadership Network, and the China Alumni Association of Nigeria. Now, just to give a brief introduction of these associations, from the name, Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria are all the people that have studied in Australia, right? Either being sponsored or self-sponsored, and instead of coming back, they decided to also have an association to continue to support the community. As Sir John Monash would say, equip yourself for life, not solely for your own benefit, but for the benefit of the entire society. The China Alumni Association of Nigeria also have similar objectives as well. These are people that have also studied in China and have come back as well to make sure that they can continue to develop society. And from these associations, there are people from different walks of life, people in government, people in private enterprises, and people doing their businesses. Also, to talk about Women in Leadership Network, as the name of the association suggests, it's an offshoot of the Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria, and they are especially focused on advancing the cause of women in leadership, right? Bringing together some initiatives that will bring development. Today we have a panelists, right, that are here to talk to us about, their various experiences. We will take a presentation around, the positioning of Google and how it can actually, enhance female businesses and businesses in general, right? So my name is Kabiru Mohammed Aliu. I'm the founder of Transform Africa, and we have Messi Jumoke Abdullahi. She's the president of AAAN, which is the Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria. We also have Aisha Bello. She's the SMB executive for Virtual Formatics, right, which is a company that is linked to the Learning Space. Then we have Suleiman Mohammed, the president of the China Alumni Association of Nigeria. So Suleiman Mohammed, welcome. We also have Yakubu Ibrahim. He's the Secretary General of the China Alumni Association of Nigeria. And then finally, we have Nelly Aliu. She's the Creative Director for Transform Africa. So our presenters today would take a presentation, and then Nelly will take us through a demo of the platform, and then we'll take some panel discussion questions, and then we would also take some Q&As as well. So please feel free at every point in time to continue to engage on the Q&A section of this webinar. Again, apologies for us starting late today. This is circumstances beyond our control. Thank you very much for your patience, and please, if there are others trying to join, please encourage them to come online. The technical issue has been resolved. Thank you very much. So at this juncture, we would be introducing the Australian High Commissioner to Nigeria, Her Excellency Ms. Claire Ireland. Ms. Claire Ireland is ready to join us, but at the current moment she's indisposed, and during the course of this webinar she might come on the call and she would give the guest speaker remark. Ms. Claire Ireland is very passionate about community development. She's very passionate about contributing to society, especially she very passionate about West Africa as well, and the work that she does. She has strong relationships with the Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria and the Women in Leadership Network. Also, she's in alignment with the China Alumni Association of Nigeria. So we would be looking forward to her during the course of this webinar. Once she joins, she would then be able to say one or two things with regards to her view on the topic. Her view on the topic today, which is how do we empower businesses? How do we make businesses more productive through the support of technology, right? So basically, that's it. So as I've introduced earlier on, we will be taking a presentation, right, on Google and how it can actually assist business. So a couple of people are joining the webinar. Right. We will take a natural pause to do one poll while we introduce Dr. Shoyambo Ayola, and if there will be anyone from Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria that would want to say anything, and then also if there's anyone from the China Alumni Association of Nigeria that might want to just say something to welcome the people on the call today. So I'll just be taking a pause for us to do a short poll, and then from there we would continue with the proceedings of today. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Kabiru Mohammed Aliyu. Thank you. Thank you very much for taking the short poll. We would have a series of them throughout the event. I would like to introduce Dr. Shoyambo Ayola, an animal geneticist and a breeder. He is also a lecturer at Landmark University, Kwara State. Sorry for my pronunciation. I would now welcome Dr. Shoyambo Ayola to just give an opening remark. Thank you.
Now, I'll quickly want to do a brief and a very quick introduction of some personalities. Of course, every one of us on this webinar meeting is equally important, but of course, we need to give honor to whom honor is due, and to also recognize some persons who have been working around the clock to make sure this particular meeting comes to be and comes to fruition. Let me quickly introduce the number one person on my list, in person of Her Excellency Miss Claire Ireland, who happens to be the Australia High Commissioner to Nigeria. Unfortunately, she will not be able to be in this meeting with us because she has other very pressing demands. But of course, she has also sent her unreserved apology, and I just hope in subsequent meetings we'll have like this, she will be able to be part of us. Next, I want to introduce Dr. Osayonde Osagi, who happens to be the Australia Alumni Association in Nigeria ambassador. Of course, that's my own very ambassador, and I want to say a very big welcome, Doctor. I also want to say a big welcome to Mr. Kabiru Mohammed Aliu, who is the founder at Transform Africa. Mr. Kabiru, you're welcome. Also is Mr. Suleiman Mohammed, who happens to be the president for China Association of Nigeria. Mr. Suleiman Mohammed is just like our own president, Mrs. Jumoke Kishu Abdullahi. She's the president of the Australia Alumni Association in Nigeria. Next, I want to introduce Jane Hetherington, who happens to be the secretary to Australia High Commission in Nigeria. Also on my list, I have Malam Yakubu Ibrahim, who is the secretary Chinese Alumni Association in Nigeria. We have Mrs. Lillian Pilaki, the PRO treasurer, Chinese Alumni Association of Nigeria. Mrs. Eni Ayeni, the director at Community Advancement Initiative for Self-Reliance, and also she's a member of the Australia Alumni Association of Nigeria. We have the Gogontul Nelly Aliu, creative director at Transform Africa. And of course, my president, Mrs. Jumoke Kishu Abdullahi, who happens to be the president, Australia Alumni Association of Nigeria. I also want to recognize the presence of Mrs. Gloria Ekpo of the Women in Leadership Network Nigerian chapter. She's the lead. Then we have Ms. Fatima Meikore, who happens to be the treasurer, AAAN. Mrs. Abutu Celestina, who happens to be the FinSec, AAN. Mr. Justin Anomunu, who happens to be the Assistant Secretary General, AAN. Mr. Jacob Kusu, of course, he's my own very person and happens to be the Secretary General, AAN, and my humble self, the Vice President, Australia Alumni Association of Nigeria. Everyone of us.
So Miss Eni Ayeni would be taking a presentation, and from there we'll then go into the demo session, and then a panel discussion, and then subsequently the Q&A. So because of time, we will try and shorten things a bit so that we can end ahead of time. Thank you very much. I would hand over now to Miss Eni. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. I will stand on existing protocols to continue in this webinar. This topic is very, very key to me because it has done something personally to me as a woman and as someone who is trying to make the business a platform, considering the current situation we have found ourselves, so to thrive. So I'll go straight to the slides and see how we can achieve the common purpose which we are here. I will be doing the presentation and also drawing attention to personal experience in using the Google platform, because in my organization, I run a non-profit organization, and we're trying to see how we can optimize the organization using the Google platform. So I will be intermittently, I will be drawing your attention to some of the experiences I have encountered during the course of using the Google Sheet. So remote work is the new normal now, we are all aware of the current situation, and from data, from the US data, we have that US workers who work from home multiple days per week. That was a research that was carried out during this period, and then we had that 3.6 workers in the US before COVID were working from home, but as a result of the outbreak, we had from 25 to 30% of of people working from home. That's a very good number, because people are trying to, brace up with the current reality. All right, let's move on. So but most people aren't ready for it yet. The current situation, the pandemic came when people were not ready, especially in this part of Africa, Nigeria precisely. We can see that people are, government ministries, different establishments, they're just trying to, see what they can do to meet up with the current challenges. People were not ready for it yet, but it is the new normal. So we have to move with the trend. Technology that isn't designed for to distribute terms. When you look at the technology space, there are some solutions that were not designed for people to work from home, but because of this current situation, they've been able to come up with different solutions that can enable people work from home conveniently. And then because of the security situations, I mean the cyber security, it makes people working from home to be vulnerable to year of companies website being hacked and all that. And then also look at the situation where some of the tools are being disconnected. But then, as I said, is the new normal. So everybody hands are on deck to see that things are moving the way it should be, not minding the current situation, and also to beat up with the current situation in which we have found ourselves. So let's move on. Next slide, please. The GC essential help teamwork. So this slide is talking about what the suite can use, can help female business entrepreneurs to achieve. It aids teamwork in the sense that, as I said, I will talk based on what I because I'm currently using the platform. So it aids teamwork, where we use there is a Google Meet. In G Suite, you can use up to 250 participants at a time. So even if your establishment is has that larger number of persons, you can deploy the Google Meet, can help you meet your demand. It can also, using these days, especially if you have had a situation whereby maybe your laptop or your phone got missing and all that, and you just say, all my data, everything is inside. So it is not like that. Once you deploy the G Suite, there is the modern way of collaboration, whereby your information, you have enough space using the drive, the Google Drive, which has a more space. You also have the the Google Form. Yes, Google Form. Is it Excel and all that? Everything is encompassing, and also even the PowerPoint, like the app we are using now to do the presentation. And it is also very fast and easy to adopt. It is very, very fast. I remember when we were trying to bring in to optimize it. Already we had a website, so it was very easy for us to migrate from our website to integrate it into the G Suite platform. So it's very easy to adapt and to migrate as needed. Yeah, please, the next slide. You can work from anywhere. You can work from anywhere. Once your data, everything is optimized, to the platform. You can work from anywhere using your devices. So to get started today for free, it is free, and no IT specialist is required. You don't need to be an IT group for you to be able to to operate. Depending on what you are doing, it is very, very easy to operate, and it is free. It is free. It has the various tools employees want. You can use modern workspace. It has a very large space where you can work with your team across the globe wherever you are. You can also a significant cost. It has significant cost savings. Take for instance, if you are using Zoom, they are just, especially the free one, you can't use it for within 45 minutes. You know that that break in presentation is there. And also, if you want to reach a larger crowd, you have to pay for it. But in Google Suite, as I mentioned earlier, you can use the number of participants. You can have them as much as 250 participants at once, and it can help you save some coins as time goes on. And it is also very risk-free adoption. It is very, very free. No email or calendar migration and all that. It gets up to up and running in hours and not weeks. So you can your free email, it can be customized, based on the angle where I'm coming from, the setting where I am. And when donors see personal emails, like take for instance, let me use my email in the xt@yahoo.com, and you're sending requests to donors. Very few donors that will look at it, but in G Suite, when immediately we migrated, it gives you that opportunity to have a customized an official email address that can be presented anywhere. Let's move on to the next slide. Next slide, please. So as I said, it has you can connect face to face with anyone anywhere. Permit me to say it. While we were having the technical issues, I sent a message to Mo. I said, can't we migrate to using the Google Meet? But unfortunately, we had already, the links had already been sent using the GoToWebinar. So with this, you can have a one-on-one. You can see your if you are doing a video conferencing, you can see participants face to face across the globe. You can join from anywhere using any device. You can also share tabs, windows, and even your entire screen with attendees. You can use it. Can host meeting, as I said, up to 250 participants at a time. So it is very easy. You can see your participants face to face in a larger platform where you can see everybody that is in the call. So it can also, you share your screen and then collaborate in real time. It's a very simple technology. You can share your screen while you're presenting. It can enable you to share your screen easily, to present from one slide to the other and all that. You can equally share documents and sheets using the platform, and you can also record the meetings. As I said, in using Zoom, except it's the one that is paid for, you can't record. But with this, once you have optimized into the platform, you can record your meetings and send links to, you'll be able to send links to your participants as the case may be. Please, next slide. Next slide, please. So it's also help, you say you host more effective meetings with helpful artificial intelligence. You say adaptive layout, you can adapt, including a new expanded title view, help attendees to focus on what is important. With the G Suite, it has all those features. You can also use live closed captions powered by Google's speech recognition technology. It can also help enhance noise cancellation and all that, to limit the distraction that one can have during meetings. So it's a very, very good tool that can be recommended for anybody to use. Next slide, please. Next slide, yes. So in terms of security, you'll be wondering, okay, you'll be like, if you're attending for the first time, what about security and all that? You know, all with all these cyber attacks and all that. So it is very, very secure if you want to use it, and it has a build on Google. It's secure. It is also resilient global infrastructure. It is also in terms of your data, everything is secure. And also during Google Meet, the data in your Meet is also encrypted. You know, it transit by default as you're having the meeting. Maybe you thinking, okay, can someone that has not been sent the link get into the conference? No, it doesn't work like that. Anybody without the link can get access to your meeting. It also has a two-way, like what is happening in my organization. This two-way authentication is also found in. You can also have it whereby you secure your email addresses, and if you are the admin of the platform, you have a two-way authentication. Even with the staff in the office too, you have two-way authentication to guide against hackers and all that. It is real. It is the reliability of the security in G Suite is 99.9%, and it is, I think, it's a very good app and all that. So please go to the next slide. So it is equipped to meet the toughest standard. You know, and it addresses your compliance requirements. You know, at first when we were trying to optimize the organization, I was really wondering, we've not done this before. How is it going to work and all that? Won't our data, everything and all that be exposed? So, but as time went by, I saw that everything was well intact, and with the toughest standards, our data are managed properly, and the security incident is not there. So it is a very good tool, and it also so you don't need to be scared in optimizing your business into the platform. So it's very, very secure. So please, next slide. So this is it's talking about modern day collaboration before, during, and after your meeting. So it helps. You can, you know, you can collaborate, you can network, you can do a lot of things as a community with staff. Even if you are not there, the tools, everything will work hand in hand. As a matter of fact, in my organization now, we what we do, we are trying to reduce paperwork. So from one mail box to the next, and all that forms going to the drive and all that, you can get on at the snap of your finger the documents you want once you log into the platform. So it is very, very easy for collaboration during, after your meeting and all that. So next slide. So to create your best work faster, it also explore. You can explore sheets. The sheet helps you to get an insight data without all data analysis. You know, when I was because I needed to get a quick grasp of how the platform works. So I discovered that at a go, you will be able to see how your team is functioning. There are a lot of features. Maybe you see during the demo, you see how you see a staff who is redundant. in a month. By the time you go through it, you will see, you'll be able to know who is working, what kind of application or are they using mostly, and which one is dormant and all that. It will help you to make an informed decision and all that. The smart composes offers intelligent suggestion as you type in document. In fact, the document, the just like the Microsoft Word on the G Suite platform is very, we have customized document sheets that you can use, and that are presentable anywhere. It also helps you to, you can query data using it too. You can query data, especially if those data are already on the platform. So you can query and have easy access to document anytime you want them. Next slide, please. Next slide. Collaborate with your team in real time. I think I've dealt with this. It's easily, yeah, I've dealt with this. Please, next slide. We have, I've mentioned this. I've worked on this. Store all your team's contents, including meeting recordings. As I said from the beginning, at the beginning of the presentation, the space in the Google Drive is small, so you don't have any the complaint that I don't have enough space and all that in my phone, depending on the kind of phone, especially if you're using the phone. I don't have any space. As far as you have downloaded the Google Drive on your device, you can always store data as they are being downloaded and all that into the Google Drive, and then it is very easy to access them, especially if once you download and they have been synchronized to your device. It's very easy to access on the go, even when you are offline. Especially when you are offline, you can access your document on the Google Drive if they have been synced into your device. It organizes, it does auto organization of your document quickly access the document you work with most, and then all these are powered by Google artificial intelligence. So it's a very good platform to use. You search everything with Google. That one is not something that I can mention. We all use Google to do a lot of search and all that. It's best in class search technology. It's embedded with Google Suite. You can equally have it in your Google Suite platform to deliver an unmatched speed, reliability, and discoverability that helps teams retrieve their files they need quickly and easily. So it is very easy and very easy to use. So can also help teams to collaborate across time zones, no matter where you are, no matter the location. Very easy to collaborate with your team. And this is an example of a company that uses the Google. They say, we believe G Suite is helping us. It says helping us to break down all the geographic with your colleagues and with your team. Next slide, please. Next slide. It is fast. It is easy. As I said, that it is easy to adopt. It is very easy. It is also users already know and love G Suite apps. The billions of people are using it. What you are seeing on the screen is that Drive is the most popular file sharing services. As I mentioned it earlier, the G Suite also has 2 billion monthly active users, and every day Meet users spend over 3 million minutes together. So it has the capacity is large. The capacity to store a lot of documents and all that is very large. Familiar users experiences. Say the Meet Drive, Docs, Sheets, and Slides are all offered. Those are things that you are familiar with But as you get into using the platform, it becomes more easier because you can work on them intermittently and all that at the same time while achieving your result. G Suite Essential builds on Google's consumer apps with business-specific features. So it also helps that in advanced video calling features. I have mentioned that file storage and access built for Teams. I've mentioned that using the Google Drive, it's a 247. That's a 247 support. If you find any difficulty, there is a support system that is put in place that can always help you to navigate through the platform. Next slide, please. So a fully integrated workplace designed for team. It has a fully integrated workplace, as you can see, with everything. Record your meeting, video calls, and all that. Save them to your drive. You can save your meetings to your drive and share with them later. I said that when we're having the technical issues, I was just trying to say, can't we migrate to using the Meet? But as I said, unfortunately, we couldn't. So after the meeting, you can always share the link to people to watch and listen to. Share content directly from your document sheet and all that, and slides and in screen and meet and then a collaboration in real time. So it's not it's not a go come matter at that particular time that you need it. So it can control who can see your document, your sheet, your slides and files, and what they can do with them right from your drive. You control it. And also it set up a shared drive to store. Yeah, that is another aspect that I find very, very interesting. If take for instance, a program officer has worked on the file, the next thing you do, you just share it and all that. You can have it at the real time that when you need it. It's a very good storage. It has a very good storage system and accessible to whoever wants to access it. The next slide, please. Yeah, it's designed to coexist alongside your existing productivity tool. I told you that it is very easy for you to migrate from if you are a business owner and you have a website, you can easily migrate. It can coexist. Once the migration is done, you're not going to lose no data. I'm speaking from experience. You lose no data, all your emails, everything. Once that integration is done, it's very, very easy to say you can work on Office files without converting them. It's seamless store. It is, the comment on it and all that. You can comment while working. It's very, very easy. You can also real-time presence for Office files allows multiple team members to work on it. Yeah, I experienced this as a proposal we're trying to develop. So we're different, working from home and all that. So it was easy for us to work at the same time. You see, as you're typing, you're seeing the comment of another person from that is not even within the same location. So it's very, very easy to work with. So let's go on. Integration with the tools your team already uses. Yeah, I said it. There's nothing new there. Your team already has they have tools that they have been using. It's very, very easy to integrate. You can with the G Suite Essential, you can, it can easily adjust and adapt to it. G Suite Essential is the simplest way for teams to securely work together. It is the best at this point in time because I'm using it and it's a real deal. You'll be glad that you opted to go into G Suite Essential and say get started today with an integrated workspace that includes secure video and conferencing and all that. It's very, very it's a reliable app that you can work from anywhere. Yeah, the next slide, please. Essential provides significant cost saving. Yeah, one of the cost savings. When I was explaining using the G Suite and all that, you can save costs, can save a lot of costs. Replacing Zoom and Box with G Suite Essential can save 60%. more than 60% in your monthly cost saving. I mentioned that when I was doing the presentation. You know, in G Suite Essential, you have almost 250 participants. But if you opt going using Zoom, you are going to pay and all that. And there's no time you can use it as often as, no matter whether a meeting is 2-3 hours, you can use it, and it helps you save costs at the end of the month using G Suite. You can see it from the graph. You say G Suite users essential office. You see how much that projection have been able to, you know, to explain the cost saving in the projection. So you can keep office and save money. Yeah, I've said that you can keep it and you save money. Use Office 360, 365 customers that purchase G Suite Essential can. This is a real time experience. Keep using Outlook for email and calendar. Host and join reliable, easy to use and secure video conferencing with Meet, as I've mentioned earlier. Use Google's modern collaboration tools with existing Office files. Yeah, I've said that. This existing Office file. Let me give you an example. We are used to working offline. You store your system. You store your document in your system, inside your system. But immediately we did the optimization, all our files, we had to sync them into the platform, whereby you can, at the snap of finger, you can, you know, pick your files from anywhere. This time around, I can work from anywhere. I can access my files. I only go to my computer if I need to do one or two things, to type and all that. But even as I'm working, I am storing them on the cloud. So it's very easy to retrieve anywhere. You can save 20% in the monthly cost and all that. So it's very, very good to use. Please, next slide. So thank you and God bless you. So the healthcare, this is the kind of let me say a story, a case study. As a matter of fact, my organization, we have a vision center where people come in to do a kind of screen their eyes free and all that. There are a lot of, you know how a clinic works. The doctors in the house, they can bear with the witness. You know how a clinic works, and if a clinic starts today, give that clinic 1, 2, 3 years, you will see that a whole room will be used to store files. So when I came in contact with this platform, I immediately had to, like, let us start optimizing our, let us reduce the work of paperwork. Let us reduce it. So we do a lot of things. We had to, like, speak with our doctor. Please, you will need to do this because we are trying to guide against piling up of files and all that. So we're able to, like, optimize, do the optimization from the client, from the front desk officer to the doctor, from the doctor back to the front desk officer and all that. So everything is, you know, is a circle. So by that, we're trying to, you know, reduce accumulation of hard paperwork, and by doing that, it's also helping us to save costs of printing and, you know, servicing of our gadgets, because if you believe, you agree with me, at the end of the either 1 month or 2 months, you service your gadget and all that. But with this G Suite Essential, we've been able to reduce that. It works. Where in fact, right now we are even trying to see if the doctor can be seeing patients online. If a patient clicks in our the link put across, the patient can book to see the doctor before even the actual clinic day. With that, it also helps us to know the number of patients that come to the clinic per time, so that to maintain the social distancing can work. according to the safety protocols in the clinic. So it's a very, very good platform to use. So thank you very much. Hold on for the demo. Right.
Thank you very much for the presentation. We'll be taking a short poll now, and then we'll then go into the demo. So thanks, Ms. Eni. You covered a number of points, especially around the fact that the G Suite is quite reliable from a collaboration perspective. Most of these platforms, right, they have a very strict service level agreement. In as much as we experienced a glitch today, it will be under the service agreement or service level agreement that they have promised to the client. Usually, some of them guarantee even close to 99.99% in terms of availability. Of course, there would be downtime here and there. That is technology. But however, in terms of the impact to business and impact to what you want to do, I think that it's still top notch. So at this juncture now, we'll take a short poll, and then we'll now go into the demo. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to our esteemed panelists for joining us for this webinar, and a special thank you to all our attendees for continuing to listen into the session. We apologize for the technical glitches earlier on. Now, thank you very much for the presentation that we have just gotten from Mrs. Eni. I believe she shared some deep insights into various technologies that Google has implemented. It is undeniable that we have really had an unprecedented year, a year that has brought about a lot of changes in the way we know life is normal to be, life, business, whichever spectrum of life we are looking at. And this has been an impact that people all over the world have experienced. Now, in spite of everything that has happened this year, I'm hoping that one key lesson that we can learn from the events of this year is the benefit of technology in everyday life, technology in the way we work and the way that we conduct our businesses. Now, if there is one thing that you may have observed, regardless of the extreme challenges that businesses and organizations experience, is that businesses that had already implemented some form of technology or had fully gone digital were better able to maneuver this period than the businesses that had not. But technology is very simple to implement in any business, in any organization, right? Especially when we are looking at Google. They offer the most user-friendly solutions that any business can come across. I know for a lot of people, the main issue is mostly around adaptation and getting your people to use the technology. But with Google, it's very easy for anybody. You don't necessarily have to have a technology background to be able to use some of these technologies that are or solutions that Google offers. Just to give you an example of myself, for example, I come from an economics and marketing background, but I'm now at the helm of a technology company. So it has been very easy for me to learn solutions like Google in terms of using it for our business and also helping other businesses, small, medium businesses, large corporates implement similar solutions and a wide array of other solutions. Now, if you look at what Google is able to offer, just like Mrs. Eni has been able to go through with the presentation, you will see that a lot of us know Gmail. A lot of us know Gmail. It's the Google email tool. It's a very easy tool to use, whether you're using it on your computer, whether you're using it on your mobile devices like your phone. It's very easy to use. Now, recently, we knew that, or previously we knew that you could use Google also to chat. As easy as possible from your email. You could use Hangout, a tool called Hangout, to chat. Now, during this period, a lot of us were exposed to a more advanced level now of Hangout, which is Google Meet, because it advanced now from chatting to be able to have a video and voice conferencing. Now with Google Meet, you can meet with about a minimum of 250 people on one call, either on video or on voice. Obviously, there are various technologies that do audio and video conferencing. For example, somebody might just think, okay, I can pick up my phone and do a short call. But you will notice that some of these tools have limitations in terms of the number of people that you have. Let's say, for example, you have 10 people in your organization, or you have 20 or even 100 or more. With Google Meet, you are able to make sure that everyone is able to come on the call and collaborate to move your business forward. Now, also, if you look at your calendar, during this time, we have people working from various places. Some people are working remotely from remote offices or from their homes. A few people might be at the office. So how do we bring all these people together? A great and easy way to organize yourself is to use the calendar. Now, this calendar is collaborative in terms of whatever you create on the calendar, and you can be able to share it with various people, and they'll be able to see, okay, this is what we are doing at this time, this is who has been invited to this meeting, and you can even share an agenda of that. Now, through that calendar, they can easily join on to the audio or video conferencing, which will be the Google Meet. Now, a very key component also that we have come to realize, especially during this period, is, okay, a lot of people are working remotely or working from home. So how does the work happen? Now, the work happens through collaboration. Now, with collaboration, you would know tools like Docs, which is where you would type any company document or business document. Sheets is usually where you do a lot of calculations, including your finances. Slides, if you have a presentation for your team or for investors or any other organization that you want to present to. Now, all these and much more are collaborated from Google. Now, once you have access to those, then how do you get to collaborate with other people? Now, it's very easy. We have a cloud storage called Drive from Google, right? Google Drive. With this Drive, you are able to store all your documents on the cloud. Now, we are beyond an era of working on your computer and just saving things on your computer, saving documents on your computer. We know from that in unfortunate circumstances, for example, your computer might crash, which means you have lost all your data, or there might be an issue of theft, implicating the same thing also. Now, if you are working and saving all your documents to the Drive, you are avoiding this situation and you are securing all your important company documents. Now, with the Drive, you are able to share the various documents that you have created. Let's say, for example, there's an investor that I want to present to as a business owner. Now, obviously, I may have to work with various people. Now, to do that, I need to share the document or the slides with the people that I'm collaborating with. I create the slide, I save it on the Drive, and I attach the various email addresses of people whom I want to collaborate with. Now, these people, they don't have to have Gmail addresses only. They can have any other email address. Then they can start working with you real time. So, for example, if I'm typing the title of my presentation and all of us in different places have the presentation open, I can see, everyone can see what exact changes I'm making. Now, another tool that I want to introduce to you is forms. Now, usually businesses collect a lot of information, whether you are collecting information about your employees or you are doing a survey on your customer satisfaction, forms is the way to go. Forms is traditionally just a regular way that you would maybe conduct a questionnaire or a survey, but now you are making it digital. Your customers or whoever is the end user will be able to access this from any of their devices, put in the responses being asked from them, and return it to you. Now, with this, you can see that you are saving the cost, you are saving the time, your time of moving around, getting people to attend to this survey or questionnaire, and you're also saving paper, which is a cost that a lot of businesses have, right? So there's a lot of applications that Google offers. What I was showing you now, I'll just scroll down, is this is basically a solution for small businesses, but you will see, just like Miss Annie was giving an example of her experience as an NGO, how they've been able to use Google and specifically G Suite for for NGOs. Now, in the past few weeks, you may have noticed that G Suite has now been renamed to Google Workspace, right? It's still the same Google that you know, but with Workspace, they have added a few more advantages. So usually people would still know it as G Suite, but it has now been changed to Google Workspace. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do with Google Workspace. Aside from the collaboration that I was talking about, I want to show you as an owner of a business some of the things that you can do in the back end of your organization. Now we have something that is called Admin Console. If you look at the menu on the right hand side here, you will see some of those options. Now, if I log on to Admin Console, there's a lot of things that I can do there as a business owner or as an administrator of my business, right? If I have, for example, new people coming into the organization, I just create the account easy there. I put their name, their surname, I give them a new email address, which is attached to the domain of my business. Now with this Google admin, to access it, you have to have a designated domain for your business. For example, you can't have a business called abcfoods@gmail.com and be able to access this. You need to have a domain that says abcfoods@abc.com. Now, once you have that domain name, you are able to access the Google Admin Console. So you are able to add users attached to your company domain. You're also able to create different groups within your organization. Let's say, for example, maybe your organization has 2 departments or 3 departments. You are able to arrange people according to their different departments so that they're able to collaborate on things that are specific to that department. Say, for example, finance department might not necessarily want everyone to be exposed to the financial information in your business, so you would only open it to the finance department. Now, just 2 more things that I want to add to. Security is always an issue, and with Google, you must know that you are secured. Your devices are secured. You are able to do business in a very secure environment. You are able to know when your staff has logged on or when your team has logged on to your platform, which devices they were using, how they were using it, have they implemented the various security solutions in your business. Now, these are various things that you can do to protect your organization. Now, also, I want to touch on this point here of data migration. Just like Mrs. Eni was saying, it was very easy for her organization when they were migrating to Google, because Google makes it very easy for you to be able to move from other applications. Now, there's a lot that Google offers, and there's a lot more that I can cover, but I just want to thank you for your time and thank you for listening. I wish you all a great day. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Nelly, for that presentation. We would now continue with the rest of the proceedings for today. Just because of time, we would cut down some of the things that we had earlier planned to cover today. So what we'll be doing now is that we will see whether we can go into Q&A to take some questions. From the audience. Please, if there's any questions, please go ahead and type it out in the Q&A section of the webinar. So at the same token as well, while we are doing that question, I would like to call on Aisha Bello to answer this question. What is the role of connectivity and cloud solution in the digital era? Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad. Good morning, everyone. So the question is, what is the role of connectivity and cloud solutions in the digital economy? So the digital economy, as we all know, it refers to the economic activation or economic activities enabled by digital technologies that connect people, businesses, and processes. So the role of connectivity and cloud solutions in the digital economy. There is no denying that customer expectations are changing around the world, right? And we will be seeing this increasingly in Africa too. Whether customers are businesses or consumers, they are becoming more reliant on internet connectivity, because that is the new normal now after the pandemic. So to make for them, they are becoming more reliant in the sense that uh, they are making they will purchase things, they will drive business outcomes and stay connected with the world around them. So another thing is that at the core of the digital economy is connectivity, actually, and reliable connectivity is a prerequisite for joining the digital economy. So, enabled by connectivity, cloud technologies allow businesses to streamline the process in cost effective, so it usually makes it the cost effectiveness, so it's normally help to reduce the cost, and it also offers reliable ways, and also they offer the flexibility required to scale operations and adjust to demands. So what I have to say is, for aspiring digital entrepreneurs in particular, connectivity and cloud solutions are critical as it will enable them to collaborate and access resources from any location wherever they are. They can be able to have access to resources with a secure network. This means that they can work effectively without having to invest in a physical office space. You understand? So in that case, it reduces the cost, as I have said earlier. So I think,
Okay, thank
therefore,
you. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Aisha, for that. Thank you very much. I don't know if you can just shed some more. I think you have talked about a bit about how would technology generate profit for my business. Really, I think the whole point here is, for us to continue to think about clever ways to innovate. As Nelly was presenting, the number of tool sets that are available to ensure that you can automate your full business. And you could, instead of having somebody watch your business 24/7, you could use technology to monitor one or two things and then take certain actions on your behalf. At the same token as well, we need to continue to learn and train and develop, so that to find newer ways of working from our business perspective. So basically, we would like to call on for the next conversation. We'd like to call on Mr. Yakubu Ibrahim just to give us a bit of a closing remark. Again, we are so sorry for the time that we don't have. If you have any questions, please kindly contact us, and then we'll try and respond to as many questions as possible. If you need to understand more about various solutions and technology, you can reach out to us. But at this juncture, I would like to call on Malam Yakubu Ibrahim, the Secretary General of China Alumni Association of Nigeria. Thank you. Just to confirm again, Malam Yakubu Ibrahim, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, it's all
Thank
right.
you.
I say good morning once again. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to make a closing remark to this wonderful webinar meeting. I think all participants have actually gained very, very much. We have seen good presentations and modern ways of enhancing businesses by the use of technology. I wish to actually suggest that I want us next time, if we are going to talk about it, to actually pick on our local challenges. What I mean by that is, for instance, let me give an example. In Nigeria, particularly in the north, the culture of a typical northern who is most often the Muslim community. You find that the women don't really have that freedom of moving around to go in some places and actually do direct one-to-one contact business. So this platform of this technology of a thing is a very, very good opportunity. But the challenge there is that one, the digital literacy itself is a big challenge. You will find that some people are actually maybe graduates of NCE diploma, but they are not really very, very vast in the use of even smartphones. And then the internet facility itself, I don't know how we will suggest on the best way to actually get probably a cheaper means of internet uh, facility, probably where they can use some kind of data cheaper to advertise their wares. For instance, you find that our women go into businesses at home, like some do some frying, some do some knitting, some do some tailoring, and menial jobs like that that they need to be encouraged. They need to actually put those products in the open there in the market. They make contacts with fellow other women and men and some other outlets where they could sell their products. But the issue is that uh, they lack this knowledge of the use of modern means of communication digitally. So I don't know if we will begin to look at that angle. How do we go on to encourage those people? Because most of them are women at home, in put our women under what we call kule, whereby they hardly, allowed to go out and do one or two things. They are indoors, but they do a lot of businesses. They do a lot of businesses at home. Some even fry kose and send their children maybe to go and hawk and things like that. So if we are going to have some kind of suggestion on this group of women, it will help a lot. Apart from those women that are really vast in the use of technology, that are outside, they own supermarkets, they own some good businesses that are really very, very vast in technology and code. Those ones, they don't have much problem. I'm looking at the other part of them that I think they need to be encouraged. Then and secondly, I wish to actually thank the organizers, the Australian Alumni Association, particularly the president, Messi Abdullahi, who have been there along with her for quite a long time, even before she went to Australia for studies. Has been up and doing. Mala Kabir, though I haven't met you before, but I commend your effort so much. Dr. Osagi from uh, Kwara State. Thank you very much. Now Aisha Bello and so many other people that contributed to the success of today's webinar meeting. It has been a success despite little technological hitches there, things that we cannot actually control. So I want to use this medium on behalf of China Alumni Association to express our gratitude for being invited to partake in this laudable meeting. We hope next time we'll have more participants and there will be a lot of engagement, and probably we will say more and do more than we are doing now. So I wish to thank everyone and say I have a very, very, very wonderful weekend. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Malam Yakubu Ibrahim. Thank you very much for the nice closing remarks there. And some of the points that you made there that are very much valid if you are looking at our local context, especially when you're talking about connectivity and how we can continue to enable women to operate their businesses digitally. Now, if you are looking at connectivity, you will see some of the solutions, or Google as a whole is able to offer you offline work. Now, what this means is that you can continue to do all your work, all the collaboration that we have discussed offline without internet. Now, once you have your internet, everything will start to sync to the cloud. Everything will start to be saved to the cloud. So that helps very much where your connectivity is not stable or dependable. So these are some of the things that Google has put in place to empower you to be able to continue your business even amidst such challenges. Now, obviously, there's a lot more that can be addressed in this spectrum. And just like you have said, hopefully we'll continue to have more engagements, especially around our local context, on how we can truly empower businesses to operate regardless of which part of Nigeria you are in. So thank you very much, sir, for that.
Yeah, I appreciate. Thank you very much too. I appreciate.
Now, at this point, I would like to call the Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria's ambassador, Dr. Osage Osayande, to give us the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I want to thank the Australian High Commissioner to Nigeria, Her Excellency Ms. Claire Island, who unfortunately could not join us, although she had earlier promised to join us. Her continued determination in making sure women empowerment works in Nigeria, and her continued engagement with alumni and Nigerians has really been encouraging since she took over the mantleship of the Australian High Commission. Also, the various organizations that have come together to make this webinar come forth, such as Transform Africa, the Learning Space, the China Alumni Association in Nigeria, Women in Leadership Network, and of course the Australian Alumni Association of Nigeria. My prayer is that this will be the beginning of more collaborative efforts. I also want to use this opportunity to thank Mr. Kabiru Alu Ibrahim for technical support and drive to make sure this webinar held despite all the challenges. Also, I also want to thank Ms. Aisha Bello from Virtual Formatics for her inputs, and Ms. Nelly Aliu from Transform Africa. I also want to thank Dr. Shoyombo, all the way from Omuaro in Kwara State. Despite all the hiccups, you still did not give up. I want to thank you for your patience. I want to thank our colleagues from the China Alumni Association of Nigeria, Suleiman Mohammed and Yakubu Ibrahim. We want to thank you for your patience. We want to thank you for joining and making sure this works. I want to thank our able presenter, the founding mother of the Australian Alumni Association, Ms. Eni Ayeni. At a point, I almost thought you have been paid by Google to advertise for them. I want to thank you for your seamless presentation. I want to thank our participants for your patience despite the initial challenges at the beginning of the webinar. I want to thank you for your patience and resilience to make sure you attended this webinar. Finally, from this year, 2020 has been very challenging. We've moved from one challenge to the other, and in all those challenges, we learned new vocabularies such as lockdown, palliative, new normal, working from home, post-COVID, mute and unmute. I want to say thank you all for your time and have a great day ahead. At this point, I want to mute myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much to everyone who has been in attendance of this webinar today. We appreciate all your support. We hope you continue to stay safe, and please do have a great day ahead. Thank you.